amazing to have you all on here as we did a walkthrough of the Military Spousal Employment Network. I really do hope you had a chance to go in and came with some amazing questions for me as we did a walkthrough. The MSEN, as you will see once we go through, is a tool to add to your career box. It's an amazing tool that you could access from anywhere, which is why we have this one right here. Even before you come to Canada, you could go through and get ready for that lovely journey home, that you could just hit the ground running with the next steps of your career journey. We have a brief agenda on here. Just for the sake of the recording, I will go through it. A little bit of an overview about military family services, the walkthrough of the MSEN, and while we're doing that, I will do a little bit of information sharing about the Military Spouse Employment Initiative, that's DND, inventory. They have a booth on the MSEN, so you could also access that resource. Then I'll do a little bit of information share on the Support Our Troops scholarship. For everybody coming back, this is an amazing opportunity to participate in this and get some funds if you're looking to go back to school. And then we will share all of our lovely upcoming events and programs for you and with you. So with that, I will go straight into the network. So welcome to the Military Spousal Employment Network. This is the resource you've heard so much about leading up to this session. We're really excited, as you could tell from the change in my voice, about the network, because we've put a lot of work into it, and it's just such an amazing tool. We have so much lovely information to share with you right up front. As you can see, we have lots of tabs about the network. If you're not sure what you're going to get into, you have the tab right here telling you about the network. It's that free resource, a tool that you could to help you along your career journey. You could access it anywhere on the globe as long as you have a secure internet connection. We have a snippet of our employer partners right up front for you. What's amazing and important about our employer partner, they've all been onboarded onto the network. What does that mean? It means every employer partner on here has received training about the military spouse community. They've received education about how to read your resumes, how to understand the gaps, how to see the strengths that you bring to the organization, and not only how to employ you, but how to retain you as a military spouse. Some of the other tabs we have on here, as you could see, if you want a quick snippet of our events, we have upcoming that we'll talk about later. You actually don't even need to log into the network to see it. So right on the on the page right here, you could get a quick snip of all of our upcoming events and programs. If you know another spouse, whether they're a veteran spouse or whatever the situation may be, and you're like, this is such an amazing tool, but I'm not sure if it's for you, they could also access it. We'll give them all the information right here on who could join the network and what it takes to get in. This tab right here is potential employers. If you're an entrepreneur or you're thinking about it or you know one and they heard about this amazing resource again and they want to join, they have a tab that's going to answer all of the questions about how they could actually join the network. Then we have some FAQs for you. And the best part of all, registering for the network. This is about a 2-minute process. We have lots of information that we say you have to input in order to join, but I will spend more time speaking about the one little piece you don't have to input right up front, which is your resume. You could register for the network without uploading your resume at that step. You could defer it. Once we've logged in, I will show you where you find a tool to upload your resume after the fact. Why is that important? Sometimes you just want to go in and take a look, or you're short on time. You want to join, but you're not sure, or your resume is not fully updated yet. You're meeting with a counselor and you want to do that. So this actually gives you an opportunity to get into the network. And if we have an information session that you wanted to participate in, again, you don't need your resume for that event. So you're able to register, participate, kind of like today's session, and then upload your resume after the fact when you feel comfortable. On that lovely note, I am going to log in. And we will go right through. Voila, welcome to our lovely lobby on the MSEN. Bright colors to get you going. Once you get in, you have a welcome message from us. You get a little bit of time, and it's a video that you could actually listen to if you have some time. It will give you a quick walkthrough again of all of the things that you could access on the network. If you want some more information, you have the information desk, which again will give you some more information, as well as some links and ways to contact us. You also have direct link to CAF Connection page right here. In our lobby, this is for employer partners, some information for them. If you click on any tile on the network, it will take you to that specific employer's booth. What is an employer booth? I will leave that for a little later when we walk through the D&D book for D&D booth to speak about the MSCI. The employer hall, it pretty much is just a quick access to having all of the employers. As you can see, all of the booths are different, and it's just a shortcut again to give you some of that information. As you could see, we have the events tab again. It pretty much is an example. Sorry, it's not populating, of the events we have upcoming. So you have two places where you could see all of our events. We have the FAQs on the inside again, same as the outside page. And then we have lovely tools and resources for you. So what's neat about everything on the network is that you access it on your own time. So whether you have 5 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours available, you could decide how much information or how little information that you could take in at that point in time. So going into the resource tab, you have past information that we've populated for you, from employment and entrepreneurship resources to how to get the most of a virtual career fair, which is super amazing ahead of an event, right down to some information about being a military spouse. Again, all of those are relevant information that you could access whenever you have some time. We have the Auditorium, Magos. At the beginning, we talked about having done past sessions, and we use the MSEN to do information sessions, webinars, and hiring session. Those are some of the things we put on for you. We record, like we're doing right now, some of our past sessions that we've done, and you have access to it. So for example, back in January, we did a career and resume building session, and you could access it right here. You will notice that all of the topics on here are really relevant to helping you with your career, from figuring out the skills you have to the ones you need. We talk about soft skills, which we're all calling the important skills now. Show and tell your qualifications, so how to take your volunteer experience and change, right down to lessons learned from the field, military spouse panel discussion. So you have a whole range again of different videos that you could access, and information that you could then take and apply as you go through updating your resume. I will save the job bank for last on here because yes, it's a big part of the network. But for me, one of the things I really, really want to speak to about the network, with your repatriation home, networking is a word you will hear. Networking requires a lot of man-hour, a lot of back and forth. I find that one of the most important tools of the MSEN is that we've done that piece for you. Every single employer partner on the network has what we call a military spouse contact. And yes, they are called a military spouse contact because that's exactly who they are. I am sorry, I am trying to move. There we go. All of us to the top because it's covering me. This person is your resource. This is somebody who is either a recruiter or part of the HR team, and some of the employer partners have a generic mailbox. If they have a larger team, that somebody will respond to. Why is this so important? This gives you access into the organization. You bypass calling and asking for an information session. You actually have access to a recruiter or somebody in HR. You get to ask them any questions you have about the organization. You get to ask them questions about the open roles. You get to set up and have whatever time and information you need from this person. For example, you're coming back home and you know you're posted to Pedal Wow. You could reach out to this person because you've gone through the job bank and you see this amazing job you're excited about. You could reach out and let this person know, hey, I'm being posted back to Canada. This job is there. I'm interested in it. Want to have a conversation. So imagine having 16 of those from every organization on here in your back pocket. Such an amazing tool. Yes, they will respond to you. This is part of joining the MSEN. Every employer booth has a bit of a synopsis about who they are, documents that they've uploaded that they want you to know about them, or information sessions that they've held. So building a resume we just did in January, a video about interviews, job search tips, and all popular LinkedIn, as you could see, provided by Altis. You could also click on the job vacancies and have direct access to Altis's jobs. This will give you only Altis, not the full job bank. Another important tool that you're not aware of is called the search resume. You will not see this pop up for you when you've signed in. This is something that only employer partners and myself as an admin have access to, and other admins. Why are we going to speak about this? So remember at the beginning, I said you do not have to upload your resume right off the bat. While you do not have to, it's important that you do. After all, we use this tool as a virtual career platform. I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask. As a virtual career platform. Employers use it to recruit for their open roles also. What does that mean for you? It means if you've registered, an employer is looking for an open role, but you don't have a resume, they will not be able to access. Employer partners are able to come in and filter by job or by location, and they have, if your resume is in, they will reach out to you and ask you, we found your resume on the MSEN. Do you have some time to speak about it? We think you might be a lovely candidate. Wouldn't that just make your day, as opposed to having to go through LinkedIn or Indeed or any of the other ones? Not saying not to, just saying, if your resume is on here, our employer partners use it to recruit. It would be amazing to get a cold call from an employer partner because they saw your resume and they wanted to offer you a job or have a conversation about an open role. That is why it is so important to upload your resume. I just noticed that I promised to show you where you will find a button to upload your resume, but because I'm logging as an admin, it's not showing on my screen right now. Once you've logged in, the upload resume will be right next to the English and French tabs on the top. So apologies for this, but right above all of the red tabs, Lobby, Employer Hall, and Resources, in the white section, you have English and French. You will literally see a button that says Upload Resume. You click on it, and this is how you upload your resume after the fact. Before we go into the job bank, I would like to talk about the DND booth in here. DND booth for us, and working with the MSEI team, which I know is confusing because we're the MSEN, and there's this I because it's an inventory. We say that they are our sister organization. You have access to all of the federal public service jobs, and on our end, you have access to all of the corporate jobs. We love to partner with them because they work really hard again to place spouses. With DND, it's a 90-day contract, 90 working days. So that turns into sometimes, depending on the time of month, almost a 5-month contract. Once you're in with DND, it's a great way to actually connect with hiring managers in the federal department. It is up to them whether or not they want to make you full-time permanent after the 90 days up. But that is a great opportunity to actually get into the government. Once you've actually accessed their booth, it takes you in here and you could directly go to the initiative right from the MSEN. Why do I want to point this out? The Government of Canada page is amazing, but you would have to go to multiple steps to actually get through the initiative. If you've already logged on onto the network, this is an easier way to just access the initiative right from here. It is going to take you to the same page, but this is another option. As you could see, you have access to both the French and the English initiative. While it loads up, you click on the apply on the DND page and it will take you outside right to it. You could see all of the information. I know it says closing date is April 8th. One of the things to note is that the initiative opens for a period of time. It closes on April 28th, and then the one for the fall, summer fall, comes back up. Does that mean your resume is then automatically negated and you have to apply again? No, your resume stays in the inventory. It's just the way they have it set up, that it closes and then it opens again. So if you've applied for the inventory in the past, you don't need to apply for it again. If you apply for it before April 28th, same thing. You don't have to apply for it again. So again, access to the inventory right through the MSEN. That takes us to the job bank. Our job bank is amazing. On any given day, you have access to thousands of jobs from all of our employer partners. You could filter by type of job, by location, by part-time or full-time or remote work, whatever it is you're looking for. You also have the ability to set up alerts for your jobs. Like any other job bank out there, this one is amazing that way. We also do snippets of our job posts on Thursdays. So if you are actually following us on the Military Spousal Employment Facebook page, this is where we show and share all information about employment resources. You will see our snippets on Thursdays. The job bank is a reflection of the employer partner's career page. What does that mean? It means if you want to apply for this job with CFMWS, once you've clicked on the job, it takes you to the actual employer career page. So where it says apply on CFMWS, it will take you out of the network to a new page for that. So this is important for two reasons. Some of the jobs, even if you've accessed it in French, when you get to the employer page, depending on the way they have it set up, it might be an English-facing page that you then need to click the French. That is just a one-step detail that you could actually go right back to. So that is not a problem there for that. But the job alert would be set up within the MSEN for you, not on that employer's page. I am going to head back to the network again. The Auditorium. What is neat about the Auditorium is that it's not activated right now, but if we were actually hosting the information through it, the current videos page would actually turn to your screen, and you would then see all of the information presenting on the screen, just like you're seeing the screen in front of you right now. So when we host events in the Auditorium, that's how it's done. For now, this is where you click to access our videos as we talked about earlier. Okay. While everybody thinks about all of this information, we could go back to the slide and I could speak about the Support Our Troops Scholarship, which is an amazing, amazing program for spouses. So in 2021, Support Our Troops had an amazing turnout, over 282 applicants and 85 scholarships were awarded. The disbursement of scholarship changes every year. It all depends on how much funds that Support Our Troops have to give. Last year, they had over $183,000, and the scholarships range from $500 to $3,500 in value. What's important to note, and it's on here, is that in the eligibility requirement, you have to apply to an undergraduate or graduate, or your program has to be an accredited Canadian or university program. So I know that for Alcan spouses, a lot of times it's you want to do a program where you're located and the scholarship actually then is not applicable. But you can actually, if you could find a cost in Canada while you're Alcan, you could still do your program through here. 2022 National Scholarship will open May 1st, so around the corner. We will be sharing it on the MSEN again on our Facebook page, so stay tuned. you could also access it through the Support Our Troops platform, and that will give you all of the information you need for that. There are some restrictions about it. As I said, study abroad, so where you're located once you've posted out, you can't. But again, if you find a Canadian university offering the same course, you are welcome to apply that way. If you or a member of your family is an employee, director, or officer of CFMWS, then you are not eligible. On the other hand, then you could apply for our programming within the organization. We just listed the 3 most important restrictions here. I'm not going to read it out to you because I'm going to share the slide with Amanda, who will share it with you. But you will go, once you go on the network, it will actually give you the entire list of everything that you have access to, how to apply, when, like we said, it opens up May 1st. It will also tell you when the deadline is, and it will break down everything that you need to apply for the scholarship. It will talk about school, it will talk about deadlines for each piece, and you will be able to actually reach out. You'll be able to have the contact information for this scholarship and camps team members. On the bottom, I have the contact information for them right there, but again, you'll be able to reach out to them directly from the network on here. Upcoming programs. So yes, we're excited to have you here today and learning all of this, but we also have some other amazing programs coming up for you. We have a spouse networking session, which is for spouses by spouses, and this is coming up on April 28th from 5 to 7 EDT. So I know that is going to be really late for some of you, but we're going to have a variety of topics. They will all be facilitated by spouses. We will also have some no theme rooms where if you have the time, you could just connect with other spouses and have a conversation. We're going to be having Kim Mills from She's Fierce featured to actually facilitate one of the sessions on here. So amazing opportunity to just connect with other spouses and just find out what's happening in their end of the world. We also have an information session for HERCs, our Helping Entrepreneurs Reach Complete Success, coming up on May 12th. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you've ever thought about it, if that idea is niggling in the back of your head, if you only thought about it just in this moment and you want to know more, this is the session for you. The amazing Liz Nichols from Trenton will be doing that program. The link will take you there again, and you'll be able to find more information on our CAF Connection page. Portfolio, our other program that is managed by Trenton and Liz. Upcoming information session, May 17th. I'm sorry, I don't think that's right.
I'll just jump in, Augustina. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, so the portfolio is starting on May 17th. That was probably just a typo. The portfolio session will start on May 17th. This year we don't have an information session, but we'll be posting an intro video on CAF Connection under the employment homepage. And it's all about where their portfolio is for you. So I'll give you a bit of an overview of what the portfolio program will cover, and kind of show you what it's all about, and whether or not it's a program that would be beneficial to you. And just a little correction on the HERC program. This is actually not the HERC program under the information session on May 12th. I know it's a little bit confusing, but this is actually an info session on feeling stuck. So if you're at a stage in your career where you're feeling a little bit undecided, or you're not really sure where your career might be taking you, or you might be looking for a change, this is going to be a really interactive 2-hour session on how to get out of that kind of mindset and how to move forward with your career. So sorry, that's my bad, Augustina, because I did tell you it was linked to HERC, but it's a complete different info session.
Thank you, Margot. That's why you're on here, to ensure that everybody's getting the right information. So great programs coming up for you. So please you could access those through the MSEN, again, in our events tab, and it will give you some more information and overview of both programs. So thank you very much, Margot. I think that was our last slide.